Go for it.
Well, my man, welcome.
What is
You're welcoming me to Las Vegas here.
Shit.
I get to come back to Vegas after being a bad boy for a couple of years.
That's all right. Well, it seems to me that you came back to Vegas to continue that bad boy image, right?
Thank you, sir. Now, for the folks that don't know you, go ahead and give us a little bit of background, my man.
I'm kekoa Godfrey. I've been in the fitness industry for years upon years. Some of those years have been struggles. Some of those years have been torture. Well, all in all, you know, I'm here in Vegas now, and tell you what, I'm living my dream. So I can't complain. I get to do what I love. I get to make people happy. I get to be happy. God just continuously blesses me, and even those times that I fall, I'm blessed for those failures.
Yeah.
Because there's always something bigger and better that turns out after that failure. So.
Now, how I got introduced to you is a couple different ways. One was you were on not American.
Broken Skull.
Broken Skull.
Right.
I get them all confused.
Yeah, same kind of
because
show.
the Rock's got a show now. They're doing everybody and their brother has got these shows where they're doing all this craziness. Then you started working at Genesis Health Club,
right?
And then you were working at one of the nutrition shops.
Yes. When I moved to Kansas,
I know you from all over the place.
Yeah, see, I just following my dreams. It's taking me everywhere.
Literally.
When I first moved to Kansas, I was still studying, doing some schoolwork, training, had some clients, but then I got with the owner there, Andrew Fangmeyer of Sleep Nutrition, and we worked at a deal where we kind of co-owned the place, and then I met up with Jose Romero's, who's the vice president of Genesis Health Clubs, and he offered me a job.
There goes our banner.
Managing
in the Vegas wind.
There in Person, Kansas. In the Vegas wind. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, this desert wind does get bad at night.
It
You
does.
stand on Fremont for 6 hours with your
Oh
shirt
my
off,
God.
bro. It gets a little tidbit nibbly, man. It's cold. It's cold.
So, take me through the whole thing of how you got on TV.
Okay, so it was actually a process. It was a big process. My friend Jamie McCormick, I don't know if you know her. She lives in Salina, Kansas. We used to train together when I first moved to Kansas. She was my training partner. I never trained with people, but Jamie and I, we would just work out, you know, and she's like, I can see you being on that show, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And one day, I woke up on my couch, swear you not, I opened up Facebook, just, you know how you do when you wake up, whatever, you just kind of want to see what's going on. There was an ad for Broken Skull. I'm like, I might as well click on it. Jamie said something, clicked on it, apply to be on Broken Skull. So I don't have nothing to lose. So I applied, ran through my story of my life, of everything that I've been through, all the torture, the foster care, losing my wife, the homelessness, the addictions, the overdoses, the years of just fitness, and it appealed to them. I want to say unfortunately it appealed to them, but it did appeal to them, and I had to do some videos. It was like literally trying to get in the FBI, because you have to go through so many clearances, bro. Yeah. To be on national TV, you have to go through so many clearances, and so then I made the finals, and I got selected for episode 1 of season 5, and which is cool because that's like the premier athletes are obviously on the first episode of the season, and I was actually in the first regiment of that episode, so I started everything off, bro. And I got to compete against another remarkable dude, Jason Groggins, and we battled it out for about 25 minutes. Had a good real battle. It was fun, real cool experience.
Is it one of those things because these reality shows, I've talked to a lot of different reality show guys and people that have been on there. It looks fantastic, but it's a heck of a lot of work to get to that 30 minutes to an hour that they have on TV.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Not only did I put my body through years of training, Not specifically for that show,
Well, yeah.
obviously, but they take the best athletes in the world, in the
Well,
country,
yeah,
you know?
and that's the thing.
And so you get out there, and everything's so tight knit, and literally you spend half the day doing interviews, doing promo shots. The 20 minutes that we competed was nothing compared.
There we go. The Vegas win, baby.
The Vegas win, right? nothing comparable to actually competing. There's so much involved. It's just, I mean, it's television, man. It's
now, do you get to see and meet Austin and all these different people that are involved in the show prior, or do they just show up?
Oh yeah, Steve showed up.
Yeah.
Kind of more close to where we got to competing.
Yeah.
He wasn't there early on when we were doing all the PR work and everything else like that. But the first thing that he said to me, he's like, "Boy, you are one jacked up mofo." Just like that too. And like, that's an honor, you know, like
yes.
For somebody in his nature to compliment my physique.
Love that. Those arms and the shoulders.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right, you know, and I think my downfall is keeping. At that point, I went out there at like 3-4% body fat.
Yeah.
And I was carb loading before I got on the airplane in Wichita to head out to LA, you know, because I was like, okay, I need to carb load. I need to get. I just need to be ready. But it still bit me in the ass having that low amount of body fat. But I'm a bodybuilder, you know, like
that's the thing. I see your stuff on social media. Everybody talks about the look.
Right.
You're a bodybuilder more than
And
you
like
know these. I always refer to the shows as like it's a mixture of strong man and this ninja obstacle course stuff, everything.
Yeah, it's with Broken Skull. I looked at it as more like a gladiator.
Yeah. Style
of competitive show, and it was freaking gnarly. It was a phenomenal time. You know, I had a blast doing it, and that's just one of the many things that I've accomplished.
Well, yeah, and then
through fitness,
you went from there. You did some managing of some health clubs, and then now you're in Vegas.
Now I'm in Vegas. As soon as I got to Vegas, I went right to work. I competed in the Amateur Olympia last year.
Yes.
Oh,
I remember seeing all those posts every day, and you were working your tail off.
It's going back to helping people, because if you see my Instagram or my Facebook, every day I posted my workouts.
Yes.
Every workout that I did.
And there's people I know that different gyms that I work out at, they would see your stuff and try it.
Absolutely.
And sometimes they'd pull it off, and sometimes they're like, I don't know how he's doing this.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people be like, how did I just spent 2.5 hours in the gym and I still didn't finish one of your workouts. I'm like, because you don't take any rest periods in between.
Yeah.
It's basically supersetting every exercise regimen that I'm doing. You know, it was gnarly. So I got here and I got to work. I competed for the structure because I knew when I got out here, obviously somebody in my nature that's been through everything in the world, that's overdosed more than a few times, that's had issues with alcohol and things like that because of the simple fact of all the things that's happened to me in my life. So this was kind of a catch-22. This was either going to make or break me, right?
Yeah.
Either a good place for me or the worst place for somebody like me. I came out here and I knew,
worst place in the world, brother.
I just said, I'm going to do the Olympia. And the reason for that is it's going to keep me structured. It's going to keep me on the straight and narrow. And
you made it happen.
I made it happen. I didn't look the best that I knew I could look. I put a lot of stress on myself. I didn't have... I rushed into it, but it was good for me. Mentally, it was really good for me. Regardless of how I did on stage or how I did on that show, it mentally was good for me. You know, it set me up.
You made it work.
Yeah, which is crazy. Honestly, a couple months after the show, I even got even more shredded. It just, it's so...
Oh, I remember seeing those photos. And I'm like, oh, this can't be possible.
It all comes down. It all comes down to is I've always put my body through trial and error situations. I'm not going to put clients of mine through something I've never experienced.
Yeah.
And to see what works. Everybody's body's chemistry is different. What might work for me might not work for you. But I mean, I put myself through every type of dieting scenario.
Yeah.
I've intermittent fasted for 6 to 9 months. I've done high-low carb days. I've done keto. You know, let's see, what else have I done? I've done pretty much every type of diet.
Everything under the sun,
diet, yeah. At least for 4 to 5 months. I need to know what
if this is going to
be effective.
Yeah.
I just don't throw people on diets or nutrition plans and
so,
hope for the best.
So what do you have coming up that you can talk about, different things that you're working towards?
Well, I did get offered to look into American Ninja Warrior, but that's not really my style, although fitness is a Pandora's box. So for me, just because I love training as a bodybuilder, I love fitness as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll put myself, for me, fitness is a Pandora's box. Why limit yourself to one thing when there's so much out there? That's why I said I'll take somebody that hates fitness and I'll find a regimen for him that'll work, you know?
I love it, man. You know? Well, if people want to follow your journey, get a hold of you, all these different things, or even hire you to do a supplement program or workout program.
Yeah.
You offer that as well.
I do. You can find me on Instagram, kekoa Godfrey, Facebook, kekoa Godfrey. I also got a link to my online training on there that you can click on and things like that. And it's real thorough. If you want a nutrition plan, fitness plan, I'll send you some emails. I have a macronutrient assessment because I want to figure out what your goals are, what you want to do with your body. Yep. You know, I mean, I'm going to pick out and try to match it up with the best nutritional advice, the nutrition plan that you want, that's going to work for your specific goals. And fitness too, man. That's the same thing and I'm normally running specials too.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a new client, I like to do buy one get ones because let's be honest, your first month, regardless of a fitness or nutrition regimen, you're not going to see much of anything. I've had clients that actually gained weight because your body is adapting to this new style of
there is a guy.
Fitness.
I guess I'll throw him under the bus out there. There is this guy that me and my buddy Rob work out with. We've been working out with the guy for decades. He's like 7 feet tall. He should be. He walks into places and people are like, "Oh my God, you should be a strongman, fitness guy, bodybuilder." All he wants to be is a video game guy, sitting in front of it. But when we do manage to get him in the gym, he puts on muscle like nobody's business.
Genetics.
He has been thrown out of places like Planet Fitness after being there for 30 days because they're like, you scare our clients. You gotta get out.
And going
and
back,
so you're right. You put that weight on.
And going back to the thing about like the gym too is I'll never criticize a gym.
Yeah.
Even the gyms that I've worked for, even the ones that treated me unfairly, I'll still never criticize them. Yeah. At the end of the day, that is a place that people can go to improve their overall health.
Yes.
A lot of people talk shit about Planet Fitness and things like that.
Well, you know what's great is there's guys that I see on Instagram.
Here's what I gotta say about
they get looks like you in a Planet Fitness.
Right, and here's what I gotta say. Like, if you're going to a gym, a club, a fitness facility, and you're making results or seeing results, why change that up? All it really comes down to is just people want to talk shit, and it's that same way with your food intake, your supplement intake. If it's working for you, stick with it.
Keep going.
I'm not gonna not like you as a friend because you go to Planet Fitness. I'm not. No, to me, you know, as long as you're keeping active, you're trying to maintain a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah,
that's fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
You know? And even if that means you're out every morning jogging with your dog, I don't. Yeah. The main thing is just be active, man.
It's a hell of a deal.
You don't have
I'll tell you, we have got to get. We a little behind the scenes here. We did the donuts to get the carb load going.
That's right.
Get everything going. So now we're gonna go catch a little bit of your workout.
Try to. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what we're gonna be seeing here today. You mentioned to me earlier when we went on, it's arm day.
It is bicep tricep. I've waited for this day all week. Just I mean, it honestly is probably my best feature that I hold at the moment. which a year from
You
now
got the
will be
veins.
will be my legs.
You're like mini Scott Steiner over here.
That's
you're
funny. That is,
making it work.
You know, that's funny too, because what is it? Chris Cannon out of Salina, he manages the Genesis of Salina, always gave me shit about when you're going to be on WWE. When are you going to start wrestling? You know, what's your wrestling name going to be? And then I was just actually watching a fitness video last night, and there's a new WEC or something. They're actually going to. They're taking Chris Jericho and some of these other
AEW. I was talking about this the other night.
And,
All Elite Wrestling.
Right. Yep. And they actually, I think it's September. They're
going to be at the
here in
MGM
Vegas.
Grand here in
Yep.
Vegas. The Young Bucks were at the MGM Grand yesterday, checking the place out. So,
Yeah. So I think,
there's been a lot of activity in Vegas this week.
always a lot of activity. It's
I
never a
bumped
dull
into
moment.
Dolph Ziggler 2 times, and I haven't been able to get a photo with him.
Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. And real briefly, going back to what I have planned, is honestly what I want to do is I want to work on a short documentary about the things I've been through. And I want to send it to rehabilitation centers, prisons, boys and girls homes. I want to tell my story. I've been knocked down so many times, but the difference is, and I've taken some of those in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people's got to remember, if you get knocked down and if you catch it quick enough and you identify it and try to turn it around, you should be better off than you were before you got knocked down, right? So every failure, if you can come back from it, you should be better off than you were before.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to go live off of Facebook here, and we are going to go film some of your workout, a little bit of your workout, and then we'll get out of your hair.
All right,
So thank you, my friend.
I appreciate it.
And we will, when we see you next, we will be watching you get the arms going.
That's right. Let's do this. Get a little pre-workout in.
You've shed at the gym.
Well, we were standing in the sun. And then I got
Okay, so how we'll probably want to do this in the gym is instead of having that, just have the phone.
Yeah, he's got the.
Yeah, I've got a steady cam.
I haven't filmed at this one. I know my main one over on Losi and Centennial never really have a problem with me filming. I don't know what it is about it anymore. It's like it's giving you guys perfect PR.
That's my thing.
People just don't want, I don't know, it's weird. And then you go to a gym that you can film at, and that's all anybody's doing, and you can't get a good workout in, you know?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you guys got going on the rest of the day today?
The convention.
I gave you some thermogenic power.
I already took a picture from my best friend and like, oh my god, Christina. We're bored Canadians, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Canadians.
Oh, my best customers for Chippendale is Canadian.